Right. So today, what we're going to be doing is covering cash flow. Talking about cash flow is king, obviously, and the limitation of Amazon only being paid every other week. We do have a solution for that. So we've now got sort of a very good relationship with a company called Payability. And we're going to be going into what payability is and what that allows you to do as a seller, or us to do as sellers, basically get paid every day, which I like. Okay, so let's jump into where we are here. And if we've got time afterwards, I'll go through a few questions that I've had during the week. So, payability. Let's have a look at cash flow to start with so we can understand what the limitations are. Now, I know I've been through this before, but I think it's an important one to understand. So let's run through that again. So trying to understand the inventory levels and the lead times is the start of the problems when it comes to cash flow. All right, so let's have a look at we've got a number of some examples here. So let's run through these. So you've ordered your first test order, okay, and you've managed to get your widget product to sell 5 units a day on a regular basis. Okay, so that's basically a pretty good job. So let's make some assumptions in order for us to examine what cash flow actually looks like and what we need to continue selling our widget product. All right, so let's go through the numbers here over on the left-hand side. You can see where I am. So initial order was 200 units because it was a test order. I think that's about right. Purchase price was $575. You can see here the cost of inspection was $150 just to make sure that everything was running smoothly for our first order. And I always recommend getting a product inspected anyway before it leaves China. Your shipping cost per unit worked out for us because we're doing Air Express, IAT&T or UPS or FedEx or something like that, was around $1.25. So if we look at our total investment to start with for our 200 units, so it's 200 times the $575 per unit cost, and the amortized cost of the shipping was $125. So we add that together, and then we've got our $150 on top of that for the inspection. So a total of $1,550 for our initial investment to get product into Amazon. Lead times. So look at lead time. So over on the top right hand corner here. So lead time from paying deposit equals 3 weeks. So in other words, you decided to pay place the order, and your supplier said, "Yep, excellent. We'll go 30% down and then 70% after inspection before shipment," which is about standard. So we're putting our deposit down, and the lead time from the time we were paid the deposit is 3 weeks. All right. Inspection and final payment. So basically the inspection company go in once the supplier says, "Yep, we're all good. Product's finished now. Rock and roll." So we've got to send in our inspection company. That takes a day or two to actually send them in, and then for you to get the report. All right, so it's not going to happen the same day. So it's probably 1 or 2 days after the inspection company have been in to have a look at your products. You'll get the inspection report. Once the report is in your hands, you can actually go through that in detail, and then we're assuming that everything's okay. All right, so you're given the go-ahead to your supplier, saying, "Okay, we've had our inspection report and we're happy. You can now send us the final invoice, and we will pay so we can get these products shipped out to Amazon." All right, so that lead time is going to be about a week. So we're talking about 4 weeks to start with here. So 3 weeks for manufacturing, a 1 week for total inspection, and for you to pay that final balance. Okay, shipping time by air. Like I said, we're going to be doing express to start with, and that normally takes about a week to get from door to door. Okay, so but not necessarily your stock will show up straight in Amazon FBA. So that normally takes probably about 2 or 3 days to actually show by the time they've actually booked everything in and it's in their relative place within their warehouse. Once they're able to pick it, then that means you're able to sell it. Okay, so your listing will go live and you'll be able to sell. So looking at a total lead time, we're talking about 38 days. Okay, by the time we've got our first deposit paid to being able to go live and sell products. Okay, so burn rate, what do I mean by burn rate is basically the sales velocity. Now, we've already made a statement earlier, or made an assumption, sorry, that sales were 5 a day. So, which is pretty cool. So, inventory based upon 200 units. All right. The inventory we've got on hand will last us 40 days. Okay, so that's what we're talking about from a lead time point of view, and just making assumptions here. So let's look at the next slide. So, again, these are some assumptions, but moving forward, so we're going to not realistically going to hit the ground running and make 5 sales a day without going through the launch process. Yeah, you'd be very lucky to go totally live and then sell 5 a day on a regular basis without doing anything. So your launch process could involve a number of giveaways, promotional priced units, etc. So assuming that we're going to give away 20 units, all right, so I've got here 20 units, and get the initial sales momentum and first lot of reviews in, that leaves you with a total number of units of 180. Now, if we've got 180 units and we're selling an average, once we've done the launch and everything like this, and we're up and running, and we hit our target of 5 a day to start with, 180 divided by 5 is 36 days worth of inventory, not 40 anymore, because we had to do our launch process. All right, so we're now left with 36 days worth of inventory. So to review our first order, we just said 36 days worth of inventory, 35 days total lead time with our supplier. We've got 36 days worth of inventory, and we know that our lead time is 35 days by the time we place the order or place that initial down payment. By the time that's done and all of the process is done and we get products in the air into FBA, it's 35 days. So we've got 1 day float. There is a high probability that you will run out of stock with your first order based upon the assumptions made earlier. Let's have a look at another alternative example here. Okay, example 2. Product sells an average of 20 units a day, and this will be your 3rd order, and products will be shipped via sea. Okay, so we're now getting some momentum. All right, and we're starting to think, you know what? Yeah, this is looking good. Let's see if we can reduce some cost here. Let's put products on the sea. Let's not put them in the air. Okay, because that will bring the cost down, as we can see in a minute. So lead time assumptions. Lead time from paying a deposit, 4 weeks. Inspection and final payment, again, that's going to be a week. Shipping time by sea is 4 weeks. Customs clearance, 1 week. Now, shipping time by sea, by the way, is actually the vessel on the water time. All right, so you've obviously got a little bit of paperwork and logistics in China. You've also got paperwork and logistics once that vessel docks in America. You've got all of the customs and clearance to go through. So again, we're talking about a week there. And then stock showing up in FBA about 5 days. So these are all sort of thereabouts. So total lead time now, because we're going on the sea and we're ordering a little bit more, obviously, is 75 days. Right. Inventory required to cover order and delivery time. Now, the burn rate, velocity, or sales velocity, don't forget burn rate, I'm talking about sales per day. We're now talking about 20 units a day. All right, so we've picked up our sales. Sales are doing nicely. We're going from 5, 10, 15. We're now at 20 units a day. Inventory required for 75 days is 1,500. Okay, let's throw a safety factor in now, just in case you sell a few more or there's a little bit of sort of jiggery-pokery going on. So call it 25%. So 25% of 1,500 is 375. All right. So total order quantity required now is 1,875 units of our widget. So ordering trigger between the day inventory shows in FBA and day 18 any longer, and then you will run out of inventory. Okay, now the way I work that out is 375 divided by that 20 is 18.75. Okay, so you need to be ordering products anywhere between 0 and 18 days because you've got 75 days the lead time. And if you leave it until you get to that 1,500, you're going to be in trouble. This is why we got that safety factor in now. Okay, so that safety factor is our trigger point. Does it make sense? So 375, which is our safety factor, okay, or our buffer time, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so once we're burning at 20 a day, our burn rate is 20 a day, or sales velocity is 20 a day, and that's going to give us 18 days worth to burn through these 375. Okay, if you start to burn into the 1,500, again, you're in the danger of running out of stock or running out of inventory. And this is why I'm saying you need to order anywhere between 0 and 18 days in order for you not to run out of inventory. Okay, so let's have a look at the total investment required. Okay, we know that we're ordering 1,875. I'll just go back over here just to reconfirm, because there was 1,500 for 75 days, a burn rate of 20, plus that safety factor, which is 1,875. Okay, the safety factor was here because of our trigger. So we've got our order quantity of 1,875. Product cost, again, $5.75. Cost of inspection, again, we're saying $150. Cost of shipping this time has come right down. Okay, previously we were over $1. Now we're at 0.25 or 25 cents per unit. Okay, but we've got our duty import to pay at 3%. That's, again, the assumption. It will vary depending on what product you're bringing in. So total investment required, cost of product, 1,875 times our product cost of 575 there equals 10,781.25. Cost of shipping is 1,875 times our 25 cents, which is 465.75. Duty. Now the duty is paid on the cost of goods plus the cost of shipping, unfortunately. But so there you go. So a total of 3%, and again, this is an assumption. Like I said, it will vary depending on what product you're bringing in. Is 375.5. inspection 150. So our total, if you tally all of that up, total investment of $11,737.50. Don't forget, this is our third order. We're moving forward and we're starting to get momentum. Yeah, we're starting to bring up some speed in our business now. This is where it all falls down, really. Thanks, Amazon. But Amazon, yeah, it's like they're paying in 2 weeks, which is pretty cool. But it's still 2 weeks, 14 days. So Amazon will pay us every 14 days. Okay, not many other businesses out there will do that. So we know that we need to reorder before 18 days. Okay, anywhere between 0 and 18 days was our trigger point, remember? And if we are selling 20 units a day, assume that we place the order after the first 10 days to ensure we still have consistent sales. Don't forget, we don't get paid until day 14. Okay, so therefore the assumption here is you had not been paid funds from any Amazon at this point, so therefore you would need to be recouping from previous orders and nothing from this current sales cycle. All right, so this is why cash is king, and cash flow can kill your business. Even if you're doing really, really well, you can't necessarily keep up the momentum because of the cash flow. Okay, so that's a quick understanding of inventory levels and what that means with cash flow. Okay, so let's have a look. Previous order was 11,737.5. Reorder the same quantity as 1,875 units. So the new order, obviously, will be the same. So it's 11,737. Total cash flow required is 23,475. Now, bearing in mind this is cost and not sales revenue. So if we've got a product in there for we're buying it for $5.75, we'll probably be selling that for $20 potentially. Okay, so your revenue is going to be there. As you can see, for a successful and sustainable business, you're going to have to buy a lot of inventory. Remember that when you start making sales, Amazon won't pay you for a couple of weeks. You will only have a few weeks of sales when it's already time to place your next order. So in this example, we would need enough cash for 4,000 to 5,000 units to ensure we don't run out of inventory. Now, don't forget, if we're selling a product for $20, the revenue is going to be there, because 20 times 1,800 or 20 times 1,000 is $20,000. Okay, so your revenue is going to be there. You just can't get your hands on it quick enough in order to sustain your business, because Amazon don't pay you for 2 weeks. So what's the solution? Get paid on a daily basis. How? With Payability. So we've been in conversation with a company called Payability, and they've been around a while. So they're not new and fresh on the block. So they've got some history, and they've got quite a very good reputation, actually, a very good reputation with respect to being in this marketplace and helping out Amazon sellers. So let's have a look, see what Payability is all about. I went the wrong way. Hold on. So Payability. What is Payability? I've just got some basic slides here so we can go through, but if you've got any questions about this, please fire them over into chat, because we will be able to come back to you. Right, so Payability is an established, safe solution to faster payments for e-commerce sellers. These guys are based in New York City. Payability currently has 35, they're calling it amazing employees, working hard each and every day to help us, Amazon sellers like you, grow by providing next day access to Amazon earnings. With Payability, sellers no longer have to wait weeks for their cash. Now, let me repeat that bit again. Providing next day access to Amazon earnings. This is not a loan. All right, it's not a loan. It's basically getting access to the cash that you've just earned the day before. So if we're selling 20 units a day and we're selling for $20, all right, call it $1,000 in revenue, minus the FBA fees, obviously. So whatever that works out to be, you can get that the very next day. Okay. Not wait for 2 weeks. The very next day. Okay. So why should I use Payability, I hear you ask? Well, receiving your earnings daily boosts your cash flow and gives you more control of your business. Obviously, with faster access to cash, you can make the right investments to grow your business. And they're saying many of our customers use their daily payouts to buy more inventory, which is exactly what I was just saying when it comes to inventory levels and cash flow. The two are for sure combined and intertwined. Okay, avoid stockouts and stay in the buy box longer. Now, when we're talking about the buy box, sometimes the buy box is referred to when you're doing arbitrage, online arbitrage, retail arbitrage, stuff like that. Okay, so again, that could really help. This if you're doing any type of sort of arbitrage, whether it be you're going down to Walmart and you're buying the best deals you can buy and then relisting them onto Amazon, that's retail arbitrage. That can this particular sort of process can have a huge impact on your business, because you can just basically go out and buy more stock the very next day. Whereas private label, you're still talking about that lead time that we were talking about earlier, but it allows you to actually negotiate with your supplier better terms, because you wouldn't necessarily have to wait that long to reorder. Yeah, you just got better control over your business. So what does it cost? That's a very good question. Payability charges a simple 2% flat fee based upon your gross monthly sales. You can offset that cost by opting to receive your payments on the Payability MasterCard, which they offer, which provides an additional 2% cash back. So in effect, it's, well, I wouldn't say it's free, but it's got great benefits. So if you opt into their MasterCard, then anything you spend, you get 2% cash back. Okay, so what you could do here is you could get the cash from Amazon, okay, through Payability, and get that paid onto your MasterCard. You can then pay for your inventory using that MasterCard and get 2% cash back. Think about that. So what are the requirements? What do you need to do in order to qualify to get this? Well, it's quite easy, really, and it's not too steep. All right. In order to be eligible for Payability, you need to be selling over $2,000 worth each month on a regular basis on Amazon.com. In other words, on the US site. have 90 days worth of sales history, and you must be a professional Amazon seller account, which is in good standing with Amazon. In other words, it's not currently suspended. That's it. All right. So if you're doing over $2,000 a month and you've had that for 3 months, you're good to go. So how soon will I get my cash? They're talking about the next day, so let's have a look at what they say. Right, your Amazon earnings will be loaded in your payability account the very next day. All right, so whatever you're earning in Amazon the following day, that cash will get loaded into your account. Payability sends payment the same day through ACH, I'm not sure what that is, or wire to ensure that your earnings are available in your bank ASAP, or don't forget the MasterCard. So how do I get started? Simple. Simply sign up with your information on the form on the payability page of our website, or you can call them on 646-494-8675 and mention you were part of the Gorillaz tribe. And they'll always be there to help you with any questions or how to get started. So here's what a few people are saying. I recognize majority of these people. Okay, Payability allows Amazon sellers to gain immediate access to cash they need to replenish inventory and make investments in their business, which is a truly powerful thing. Kevin Riser, private label movement. Manny Coates, we all know Manny Coates, from Helium 10. If your number one priority is to grow your business and keep your inventory stocked high with your best seller's product, Payability gives you the power to unlock your earnings faster and achieve those objectives. Okay, very, very good. Mike Garner, FBA Master. So now that is the same 6 months later of testing and asking them questions. We now feel fully confident to recommend Payability to anyone who wishes they could get their Amazon payouts faster. So these guys have been testing the water and really stretching them, and they've proven very good. Okay. Web retailer down the bottom left here. Look. Okay. Not only does Payability dramatically reduce the lead time for payments, they also use a faster banking system. Okay. Amazon uses a regular ACH funds transfer, typically taking 2 to 4 days, while Payability uses same-day ACH, meaning the transfers initiated before noon Eastern Time will be received in the seller's bank account by 5 p.m. Eastern Time the same day. All right, so basically what they're doing is getting your money in exactly the same day. Okay, let's have a look at Marketplace Pulse over here. In studying the performance of sellers with and without Payability, it is clear that daily access to cash flow can improve Amazon sellers' sales, grow the catalog of products being offered to the market, and improve the end customer experience. Okay, all of these are really, really good. All right, so let's have a look at the actual page itself. These are all the slides I have, but let's have a look at the page and where you can actually sign up. Let me bring that up for you. So this is our website. As you can see here, we're on the Gorillaz Online, and you've got over on the top right hand corner here on the menu bar, you've got Payability. So if we shoot over to Payability, you can basically get going here. And you got some more information with respect to what Payability is all about. As you scroll down, you've got sort of various different aspects. Grow your Amazon business with daily payments. It's got all of that. Same day balance transfer, which is good. Now, here's the thing that we managed to negotiate and what they've offered for us. If you're part of the Gorillaz tribe, if you sign up, it doesn't matter when you sign up, but just if you sign up, you'll get credited $250. All right, this is just a thank you, and they've offered that to the Gorillaz tribe. So if we're signing up, any of us are signing up, we will get $250 just as a thank you. All right, that's pretty cool in my opinion. All right, so which is good. I like that. So here it's got here, transfer your Payability card, transfer to your Payability card, get the 2% cash back for your purchases on your Payability pre-funded card. So I think basically what we're saying here is a pre-funded MasterCard, and you can get your cash put on there, and you can use that to actually purchase your inventory and get that 2% cash back. Freaking awesome, in my opinion. Don't forget, we get $250 credit. So we're already $250 up just for signing up. Okay, how it works? Well, I've just been through how it works. There are a number of videos on here that we can actually look at as well. And don't forget, it's again, signing up, receive $250 account exclusively for the Amazon Gorillaz community or the Gorillaz tribe. So all you got to do is just sign up. If you just want to have a look at some of these videos, you can do it. I don't think they'll you'll be able to hear them if I play them here. But basically, you've got a number of testimonials here, and this is directly talking about how they managed to grow their business with the Payability, with basically getting access to their own cash. Like I said, this is not a loan. You're just getting access to your cash earlier. And in order to do that, you just got to pay that 2% on the monthly revenue or whatever you're doing. Okay, so there's a few testimonials there. Payability, how it works, as a short video on that. So feel free to have a look through that, guys. And they've just introduced, literally just probably last week or the week before, 2 weeks ago, I spoke to them. And they said, Paul, we've got something new. We've got the loyalty program. Okay, so let me explain what this loyalty program is all about. To show our appreciation, as in their appreciation, we're introducing a loyalty program that rewards you for being a customer by offering a higher advance rate and lower fees over time. We know that the key to your growth is cash flow. So we wanted to get more cash in your hands every day. Here's an example table that explains how the loyalty program works. And when I spoke to them, they're really excited about this. And basically what it's doing is getting more cash in our hands. All right. So we've got on the left-hand side, we've got time. On the right-hand side, we've got earned. Okay. So after 3 months, we've got 5% higher advance. After 6 months, we're still on 5%. After 9 months being with them, right, we get a 0.25% lower. 12 months, another 0.25% lower. 15 months, another 0.25% lower. After 18 months, you got another 0.25% lower. All right. So basically what they're saying is after 18 months, that 2% goes down to 1%. All right. Because if you tally all of these up, 4 quarters in my book is 1. So therefore we're reducing that 2% down to 1%. Okay, it's basically what they're saying here. So it just gets better over time. The more you earn, the more the benefits are. Basically, or the longer you're with them, they're just going to reward you by offering you lower rates. Okay, so frequently asked questions down here, which I've been through. and various different other aspects. So basically, if you want to get going with these guys, I suggest it's a really good deal, a really good deal. So I'm gonna get started myself. I'm gonna do that this week. I've just been busy over the last couple of weeks with various different things. But I'm going to jump in. I'm going to get my cash on a daily basis now, so which is great, and I'll let you know how that's going. But I'm looking forward to getting the $250 credit. Thank you very much. So if you've got any questions, that's basically all I've got on cash flow and how to resolve the cash flow problems using Payability.